Redfin and their CEO are obviously confused about how to run a real estate business. And now their solution includes trying to confuse buyers and sellers rather than give actual data. Before we get into that, let's always start when we look at the real estate market with the fundamentals. The fundamentals on the buy side are always interest rates. And interest rates again ended this week about the same place they have all year long, between 6 and 7%. They inched down this week to 6.59%. So on the demand side, buyers are still going to look to buy properties about the same number as last month, unless something changes in the marketplace, of course. As well as on the buyer side, the interest rates, the important factor for sellers is inventory. You cannot have home prices dropping, crashing, falling apart without too many homes on the market. And in fact, we don't. If you look at this chart, 2023 year to date, just about the same as 2 years ago, a little bit more than a year ago, but by all standards, the lowest other than during the pandemic in history by a mile. So while a lot of the economy has recovered to pre-pandemic levels, inventory of housing is still way below those levels. And as such, we cannot have a housing crash until there's more inventory, or unless there is more inventory overall. Locally in Los Angeles, our market is looking even better. Altos Research is a great research report, and they take all the different factors affecting the marketplace and give a ranking of 43, which is a seller's market, which is a little better than last month's 41, holding steady this month at 43%. Now, housing market. Redfin acknowledges that the lack of listings is keeping home prices up. And so this is one of their headlines from a couple days ago. So again, as long as we have low listing inventory, you cannot have housing prices crash. Where is the market most likely headed? Well, one thing you might want to look at is the delinquencies. We heard often during the pandemic about how there's so many delinquencies, and true. When the pandemic started, delinquencies went up tremendously. But over time, things returned to normal, and our delinquencies today are about their pre-pandemic historic levels. Low since the recovery of the housing market, about the same as prior to all that information as well. So we know that the market overall seems to be pretty healthy, and we have an overall analysis from First American, their chief economist, who does a great job, I think, Mark Fleming. He says that housing prices may decline, and even a soft labor market will not trigger a foreclosure tsunami. We heard a year and a half ago, there's this coming wave, tsunami of foreclosures, and clearly that's not to happen. There will be some foreclosures always. People can't afford their payments. But the point he makes is because sellers have so much equity in their homes that if they fall behind in payments, they can simply choose to sell the property, take the equity, and move on with something else. Now, let's talk about Redfin. I don't know. It's true about our overall economy as well, that there just is not good news information. All news now seems to be some sort of advertisement for one product or another. And Redfin's websites, while they get a lot of attention, are no different than any others. Excuse me. Now, when you talk about a company like Redfin, you have to look at their history and realize who they are. Over their entire time as a company, their stock, which started when they launched the company in 2017 at about $20 a share, sells for today about $7.45 a share. Basically, you would have lost 2/3 of your investment. And while at one time it was a high-flying company and got a lot of press, which it still enjoys, I think, a good reputation, I think undeservedly so, because not only is the stock not doing well or has not performed well over time, but you can see that they've never had a profit. Every year since they've reported it about their company, they've only had losses. So I don't know, to me, how as a company can I was taught that the money we receive is a measure of the value we create for other people. We see a company that it takes investors' money and is losing it. Overall, that's not going to be a winning formula. Interesting in the news last week, the CEO for Redfin, this is really important for all of us to understand, put an email out to his entire company, basically saying, if you live within 20 miles of the headquarters, Seattle, San Francisco, or Frisco, Texas, you have to go to work 2 days a week. They're calling that the new hybrid office policy. That's fascinating. This is a company that came on the scene to disrupt real estate with all this technology. And here now they're being disrupted, on one hand, by companies like mine, eXp Realty, where we're fully online. We have no corporate headquarters building. We have no regional offices other than those minimally acquired for licensing, mail drops and places for deliveries and such, but we don't have a corporate office or regional offices. And here's Redfin as a technology company, technology forward company, and they're going to acquire the employees, corporate employees, to go to their offices at least 2 days a week. And why? Because that's going to create culture. Now think about that. Think about a company who has to create culture in an environment that's as disruptive and competitive as real estate, where the customers are out in the field, but they're going to make the people come to the office. I don't know. Good luck with that. It doesn't seem like, they laid a lot of people off. It doesn't seem like they found their path to success in the long run, but we will see. But the point I would make this week is they're going to win the award, in my book, for the worst news or worst suggestions in the marketplace for the second week in a row. And that's where their blog posts, 8 remodeling projects to boost your property value in, and this one says Jacksonville. Now, they did this in many major cities. And it sounds impressive. Wow, Redfin, they have data, they're a computer company, they're high-tech, they're based in a high-tech area, and they're telling us these 8 remodeling projects will boost the value of your property or boost your property value. But that's not what they're really saying. The headline has nothing to do with the article. Because you read the article, all it does is it takes one fixture at a time, one feature at a time, that they say correlates to higher priced homes, like light fixtures. So they say homes in Jacksonville, they had light fixtures, had a median price of $397,000, which is higher than the average home in Jacksonville. The average list price was $295,000. So they're saying because of light fixtures, the average home is $400,000 more. Who would put in $10,000 worth of light fixtures to make $100,000? It's patently ridiculous. It gets worse. Large backyard. They're saying homes with a large backyard sell for a median list price of $299,000 versus $295,000. So a large backyard gets you $4,000 more? Well, that sounds even more stupid. And then this was my favorite also, Island Bar. So homes with an Island Bar sell for an average of $369,000. Could it be the homes in the Island Bar have a larger kitchen? Could it be homes with a larger kitchen or larger homes? Could it be larger homes sell for more and they typically have an Island Bar in there somewhere, among other things? There's the difference between correlation and causation. So what Redfin does is it takes their data, which they have a lot of, and they try to create conclusions. But the people making the conclusions aren't data scientists. They're just editors in some blog post designed to get your attention and click on it. Don't do it. It would make no sense to follow these 8 standards to try to improve the value of your home. Changing out light fixtures is not going to get you net more money. You can't with your backyard. Installing an Island Bar in your current kitchen is not going to add $100,000 to your property. Adding a home theater, where's it going to come from? You can't just add a home theater. You have to take a bedroom out or the bathroom out or something out, and now that house sells for $594,000? No, all that means is homes that are much larger also have a theater, and those large homes sell for $594,000. So what this tells you is these are the features more common in nicer, higher priced homes. It doesn't mean, as their title states, that will boost your property value. That's a come on, that's a scam. And I gotta think Redfin knows this. I just don't understand why they continually have such misleading information. So what should you do? It always gets down to your situation. If you're looking to buy a house because it's a good time for you, maybe your family, relocating, whatever reason, let's talk about finding you the best deal possible for you. And if you're looking to sell, whether it be to buy a bigger home, relocate to another market, cash out and get down, pay off some debts and such, then let's get the right strategy after taxes, which is important, for you. So don't follow Redfin's advice to boost your property value. You're not going to make any more money changing your light fixtures or putting in an Island Bar. What you will do is make more money if you plan properly and implement the best strategy for you. I'm here to help. I'm Bill Gross. You can find me on social media at Bill Gross EXP. My phone number is down below. As always, make today your best day ever. Thanks so much.